You guys doing good today?
You know a lot of these men and women by name, it seems
I know
like.
every one of them by name. And like I said, I could tell you their stories. I know who's got cancer, who had a son that died of a drug overdose last week. And I feel like we are sounding the alarm on this, and there's never any actionable change.
Yeah.
Don't walk on a piece of carpet. Anything you don't know is safe, solid ground.
Obviously, this is what happens when the system breaks down, when lots of different systems break down, and including folks who fall through the safety nets.
It's an old property owned by the roads department, and it was condemned because of landslide issues, environmental factors.
This is somebody's
Home.
home.
Is their home?
There's clearly signs of life here.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lot of action. Look down. I mean, well, so we have these like little villages that are
Right.
sprouting up.
The reason this is so popular is it's proximate to Kent. I'm not throwing Kent under the bus. I want to be clear about that.
Right.
But it's proximate, to the city. Right. But they like the people living up here like this because it's concealed.
Sir, do you believe you're seeing more homeless in the woods now, especially with the ongoing encampment clearings in Seattle?
Yes.
That simple. Technically, what's happening here is illegal camping. Is that right?
Well, what I would say is this is private property owned by roads, and it's trespassing. That's
They're squatting.
they're just squatting. That's all it is.
And what's stopping you from enforcing this then? What's stopping you from clearing people out?
That you're going to have to go above my head and ask those questions.
Who's responsible for
Right.
that?
So first of all, you got the King County Department of Public Health that says because of the pandemic, we can't come in here and disturb these areas. So that's one layer. The other layer, of course, is the outreach. That there's a lot of room for improvement in terms of the outreach that can be done. And part of that involves removal of these campments, putting those navigation teams in a robust way, and then connecting them to the housing services that are there. And it's just not working very effectively.
But the fact of the matter is that there's not enough housing services for everybody who's out here.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of housing servicing. There is enough shelter space,
Sure.
right?
But not the kind that works.
Yeah, not the kind that is desirable housing space. So that's another big part of the problem.
Tremendous amount of this stuff has been stolen from neighboring businesses, houses. We had a pipe bomb found down on the river.
Have you arrested anyone in the wooded areas so
we
far
have.
this year?
We've arrested people for domestic violence back here.
Primarily domestic violence.
Well, I'm just citing one example
Okay.
of one instance. But while we were walking up the hill here, there was a call to 911 about a stolen car being dumped right here on the road down below, just while we're walking up here. So there's calls for service to 911 all the time down here.
And ODs, right?
Overdoses, I could give you names of people that have overdosed, and some have not survived, some have, from the fentanyl.
And without any comprehensive strategy across the county, right, you get this patchwork of enforcement, right? It's almost, as one mayor described to me, whack-a-mole in terms of how you're handling the homeless population. And the question is, how many folks are living out on the streets? And this is Exhibit A in what is a series of failed policies of homelessness, not just in Seattle, but in King County.
This makes me really sad. I'm really holding back. It gets me really emotional because these are people's daughters and their brothers and their fathers and their sons and all, any kind of family connection you can make. And this is not compassion. This is not love. You don't let people do this when this is not in their self-interest. This is not a conservative, this is not a liberal thing, this is not a rich-poor thing, a racial thing. It's not. This is a human issue. We have the role as a sheriff's deputy, but I live in this community, and this is not okay. This is not right. I want these people getting help. As I was sharing with Councilman Dunn, if I had a teenager who was acting in a way that wasn't in their best interest, out of love and respect, I would engage them and say, we have to wrap our arms around you because this is not okay.